Hey there, I'm Tim Shabanowitz.
And I'm Christopher McSweeney.
And we're doing lesson 14. We're going to talk about feeling, all right? As always, we have a quote we'd like for you to consider before we start by Donatella Versace, fashion designer. It's no good being too easily swayed by other people's opinions. You have to believe in yourself. Take 30 seconds, and we'll see you on the other side.
All right, and let's talk about feeling. Because
Feelings?
yes, they are important, Shabanowitz.
Feelings are great.
Sometimes I was actually laughing when you were introducing this. I was like, I'm the feeling guy. You're the cold, ice cold architect.
Get it done.
Get it done. And I'm over here just like, hey, man, I got my coffee. Everything's cool.
Yeah.
So what we want to start doing is layering information so that as you're building out this mood board, you're starting to learn, think deeper, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it becomes less about like, oh, I like how these go together because I like them. We're focusing on creating and designing an experience, right? So as we move into this client interaction piece, we want to make sure that our client is not just seeing what's coming at them, but they're starting to feel it, and it becomes real.
And then they start to believe that they're getting the goods that they were promised. Right?
Absolutely. So we got a couple pictures for you, and this lesson is more about you. So we want to know, what feelings do these two pictures elicit from you? Okay. We could break these down for you. They're very distinct, even though the colors are very similar. So we picked these because the colors play off each other, but they are two distinct spaces.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. They two different styles.
Absolutely. So take 30 seconds, maybe a minute, to go through and really write down your initial feelings, because that's when people are going to get punched in the face, right? The initial walk in. What does that space do?
Yeah.
Right? All right, so now on this next page, where we have given you some pictures that definitely elicit some unique feelings.
Some good feelings, some slightly uncomfortable feelings.
Right. What we want you guys to do is grab some pictures, take some pictures and print them out, cut them out, and paste them in this book. You can turn this book around. You've seen that in other lessons where you can actually physically move the book. Tim, where can they get pictures? Where should they be going to look for this inspiration?
So perhaps when you were at visiting on your field trips, you maybe got some magazines that maybe inspired you. But if you have magazines at your house, maybe you take a picture of something. You can kind of take it from anywhere, really. If you like it, to scan it or rip it out even and paste it here. You just want to build a portfolio of spaces that inspire you, that give you good feelings, or maybe things that you don't really want, you want to avoid, right? So yeah, you can pretty much get it anywhere.
And we do want you to focus on working spaces. So, move away from, like, if there's a bedroom and you're like, oh, this is super cool, I love the design of this. Not a working space. Again, we're moving away from our preferences into guiding our client. So we want to present and start generating in our head things that they want, their needs that we need to meet, right?
And it's always better if you kind of gently suggest to the client something, but then they kind of run with it. They're going to stick with the idea if they think they kind of came up with it or developed it, and then you've got the buy-in, and then you're off to the races.
Yeah. They need to see themselves in this. Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Good. On this following page, you want to walk them through this? This looks very similar to some other pages we've had.
Yeah, wow. Templates are great. So we want you to think about a space that is near and dear to your heart that makes you have great feelings. And we want you to sketch it. It could be a floor plan, it could be a perspective, whatever conveys the idea. We've been through more than half the book. I think you can figure out which way is best. And then we want you to name it and answer these questions over here on the left-hand side. What is this place? Why is it special for you? And really tap into the feeling aspect. We don't want answers like, it's cool because it's cool. Like, that's not good. Why? What is the real reason? The more specific you get, the better it's going to be, so that you can name it. And this way it will help you force the client to name those special things, other than, I just like it because I like it.
Yeah. No, what happens is when you show your passion, people will typically get excited with you because that's just fun, right? Other people are yelling and you're like, hey, this is great too.
Yeah.
So really go into the feelings that it elicits. Okay. Here's a great example. There's this barbecue restaurant in the town that I grew up in, and it is fantastic. Now, my father-in-law is like a competitive barbecue guy, and he's like, dude, it's not that great. And I'm like, yeah, but my brother and I were not close growing up, and it was the first place he ever invited me to go hang out as we aged up. Right. And he was 16, I was 12, and he drove us there. And because of that experience, it elicits all these really happy moments and stuff like that. And then I took my now wife on our first date to that place. So the food just tastes better.
Yeah.
Because I have all these really great memories associated with it. Right. So that's going deeper than I like it because it's got good food.
Which it may not.
But it does. It is hands down the best barbecue ever. Finishing up with a little DOD action.
Yeah.
Why are there three?
It's a 3 for 1. 3 for 1. So we're talking about feelings and how different spaces can elicit different feelings. This is 3 buildings. It's a series of buildings designed by Tadao Ando, who's known for a lot of things. But what's cool is that these are all in Japan, all in different environments, all designed to be in that environment. So I want you to take a look at the different churches and see how do these churches make you feel. So we're going to want you to do kind of a triple threat down here in the sketch space. So to quote someone I know, get after it, draw all of them, and tap into those feelings, and you'll be better for it.
Awesome. Well, you got a lot of work to do on this one. Cutting, pasting, thinking, sketching, writing, all of it. Get after it. And we hope this video helps, and good luck.
I'll see you on the next one.